Hello everyone, and welcome. Today the automotive world enters a new era. In a world where hypercars and utility machines were once separate, something impossible has arrived, breaking every rule we thought defined performance and luxury. The silence is heavy, the lights fade, and a deep mechanical pulse begins to rise like a heartbeat in the dark. And then it appears. A shape carved from carbon titanium, low, wide, and aggressive beyond imagination. This is not just a vehicle reveal. It is the unveiling of a new category of machine, the 2027 Bugatti Titan X Pickup. The exterior of the Titan X Pickup is a fusion of hypercar aggression and futuristic utility dominance. The entire body is forged from carbon titanium composite, giving it a dark, stealth-like presence that shifts under light, like molten metal frozen in motion. The stance is extremely wide, almost intimidating, with wheel arches that feel sculpted for pure force rather than aesthetics alone. The proportions are low, like a hypercar, yet extended like a command vehicle built for global terrain domination. The front end is sharp, predatory, and intelligent. Slim LED hypersignature lighting cuts across the body like digital blades, framing a face that feels alive. Air channels are carved deep into the structure, not as styling elements, but as functional systems that actively guide airflow at high speed. At the rear, the pickup identity is completely redefined. Instead of a traditional cargo bed, the Titan X features an adaptive aerodynamic cargo architecture. This system can expand, compress, and reshape depending on driving mode. At high speeds, it seals into a smooth hypercar tail configuration, reducing drag and increasing stability. Step inside, and everything changes again. The exterior aggression disappears, replaced by a calm, almost sci-fi sanctuary of controlled luxury. The cabin is built like a fusion between hypercar cockpit and private luxury jet. Every surface is hand-finished using French leather, brushed liquid metal, and carbon fiber layered with crystal-like structural detailing. There is no traditional dashboard. Instead, the entire front cabin is dominated by a holographic driver interface that floats in layered dimensions. It displays speed, torque, navigation, terrain mapping, and AI predictions in real time, wrapping around the driver's field of view like a digital ecosystem rather than a simple display system. The seats are not static structures. They are adaptive biomechanical forms. They adjust continuously based on driving conditions, posture, speed, and G-force levels. Beneath this sculpted body lies an evolution of Bugatti's most extreme engineering philosophy. A quad-turbo hybrid W16 power system refined into a next-generation hyperpropulsion unit designed not just for speed, but for controlled aggression at extreme limits. The output reaches an unbelievable 2,200 horsepower delivered through an intelligent torque distribution system that constantly adapts power flow to every wheel, in real time. Acceleration is not just fast, it is violent in its precision. The moment the throttle is engaged, the entire vehicle reacts like a compressed energy system being released instantly. 0 to 100 kilometers per h arrives in just 2.4 seconds. But even that figure feels too structured to describe the sensation. The real experience is more chaotic, more emotional. The world doesn't blur, it collapses inward, sound compresses, vision narrows. And suddenly, distance feels meaningless. Driving the Titan X is not about control in the traditional sense. It is about connection, instinct, and response. On open roads, the vehicle behaves with surgical precision, reading terrain conditions before they are physically encountered. On uneven surfaces, it adjusts suspension geometry instantly, creating a sensation that the ground is always prepared in advance. At high speed, the experience becomes deeply emotional. The vehicle doesn't feel separate from the driver, it feels like an extension of thought. Steering inputs are translated into motion with near-zero delay, creating a sensation of unity between human intention and machine execution. It is not driving, it is synchronization. Safety within the Titan X is not reactive. It is predictive intelligence. A neural AI system continuously scans the environment in 360 degrees, analyzing potential risks before they fully materialize. It builds predictive models of surrounding motion, traffic behavior, and terrain shifts in real time. A quantum radar mapping system extends awareness beyond visible range, while stability control systems operate at milliseconds of response time, correcting vehicle dynamics before instability can even be felt. The chassis itself is constructed with self-healing micro-lattice architecture, designed to redistribute stress and maintain structural integrity under extreme conditions. This is not just protection. It is foresight engineered into metal and code. When compared to the most advanced luxury pickups or high-performance electric trucks, the Titan X does not compete in the same category. Those vehicles represent evolution within an existing framework. The Titan X represents the creation of an entirely new framework. It is not an alternative. It is a replacement for definition itself, a category of one, a benchmark that resets expectations globally. A machine of this magnitude cannot exist within standard pricing logic. Industry speculation places it at approximately $3.2 million, but even that number feels symbolic rather than practical. Because ownership is not about value exchange. It is about exclusivity, access, and belonging to a future that very few will ever physically experience. And as the Titan X moves forward, its presence dissolving into distance, leaving behind only sound, light, and silence, one truth becomes impossible to ignore. This is not the future arriving later. This is the future arriving now. And it carries a name that will not be forgotten. The 22,000 Bugatti Titan X Pickup.